Assalamualaikum, students and fellow physics enthusiasts. Today, we take a revisit of an inductor and a resistor in series with an EMF source. Specifically, we compute the amount of magnetic energy stored in an inductor. So join me till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The question is, in the circuit shown below, the EMF epsilon equals 12.0 volts. The resistance big R equals 18.0 ohms, and the inductance capital L equals 37.5 millihenry. Switch S1 has been closed for a long time, and switch S2 is open. At time equals 0, you open switch S1 and close switch S2. At time equals 0.700 millisecond, find letter A, the current, letter B, the rate of change of the current, and letter C, the amount of energy stored in the inductor. As illustrated in the figure, we have a series combination of a resistor and an inductor. As you recall, an inductor or coil of wire opposes a change of the current through it. And it is this change of the current that induces a magnetic field in the coil when connected to an EMF source such as a battery as soon as switch S1 is closed. Right? The given EMF of the battery, epsilon equals 12.0 volts. The external resistor, big R, is 18.0 ohms, and the given inductance of the coil, capital L, equals 37.5 millihenry. So, when switch S1 is closed, the inductor slows the growth of the current when the circuit is completed. But soon, the amount of the induced EMF in the coil equalizes the EMF of the battery, which is 12.0 volts. And at time t equals 0, okay, switch S1 is open and switch S2 is closed. So the current begins to decrease. And at time equals 0.700 milliseconds, we are required to find letter A, the current or changing current denoted by small letter I. In part B, you are also required to find the rate of change of the current denoted by dI over dt. And lastly, in part C, we are asked to find the amount of the magnetic energy denoted by capital U's of B that is stored in the inductor. As shown in this graph, we call this the current decay graph. At the start, all right, the amount of the original current, capital I naught, okay, decreases rapidly. All right, and then the decrease in the current later on becomes gradual, okay, until uh, the amount of current approaches zero. And if we want to determine the amount of the instantaneous current, small letter I, at any given instant or time, right, we just use this formula, right? So the instantaneous current at any given time t is just equal to the amount of the original current, capital I naught, divided by Euler's number, or that is 1 over E times capital I naught, which can also be expressed as the product of capital I naught, sometimes called the steady state current, multiplied by the value of the Euler's number raised to the negative R over L times T. For better clarity and convenience, we first calculate the value of the Euler's number's power, or negative R over L times T. That is negative 18.0 ohms, that's the value of the big R, divided by 37.5 raised to the negative 3 power Henry, which is the given inductance, and then multiplied by the given time, 0.700 raised to the negative 3 seconds. So with the help of your cycle, we get the value of the power, the Euler's number, equal to negative 0.341. So we can now determine the value of the Euler's number raised to the power negative 0.341. Okay, 2.718, which is the value of Euler's number raised to the negative 0.341. Again, using your cycle, we get the value 0.711. So this is Euler's number raised to the power 0 or negative 0.341. In addition, okay, we can also determine the value or the amount of the steady state current, big I naught, which is simply the amount of the EMF induced in the inductor, epsilon divided by the resistance big R. Or that is 12.0 volts divided by 18.0 ohms. And that gives us the value of uh, big I naught equal to 0.667 amperes. At this point, we can already compute the instantaneous current, small letter I, at exactly time t equals 0.700 milliseconds. All right, so since we know already the value of the steady state current, capital I naught, and we also have determined the value of the Euler's number raised to negative R over L times T. That is, small I, or the instantaneous current I, is equal to 0.667 amperes multiplied by 0.711, or that is, the instantaneous current, small letter I, equals 0.474 amperes, rounded to 3 significant figures. Then, in part B, where we are asked to determine the rate of change of the current denoted by di over dt, all right? And that is simply equal to negative I times big R, then divided by capital L. Or the rate of change of the current, di over dt, equals negative 0.474 amperes times 18.0 ohms and divided by 3.70 times 10 to the negative 2 Henry. So when we do our math, we get the value of di over dt equal to negative 231 amperes per second, where the minus sign simply suggests that there is a decrease in the amount of current as time passes. And this is supported by our current decay graph earlier explained. All right. There is a time known as the time constant, denoted by the Greek letter tau, equal to the amount of inductance capital L divided by the resistance big R. All right. So this time, called the time constant, all right, is the amount of the time for the steady state current capital I naught in the inductor to decrease to an amount equal to 1 over Euler's number, or 1 over E, right? Which is approximately 37% of the initial current, big I naught, right? And exactly at that time, equal to one time constant tau, we can in fact determine the current, instantaneous current, small letter I, by just dividing the original current, capital I naught, no, by the value of the Euler's number. Okay. For example, that's how we got the answer to question letter A, right? Where I naught divided by the Euler's number can also be expressed as I naught multiplied by the Euler's number raised to the negative R divided by L times T. And for this problem, the time constant tau, okay, can be determined, if you wish, okay, we just divide the inductance given in the problem equal to 3.70 times 10 to the negative 2 power Henry, okay, divide it by the amount of the resistance big R, 18.0 ohms. And we will get the value of the time constant tau equal to 2.06 raised to the negative 3 seconds. Last but not the least, in part C, we determine the amount of energy left in the coil or the inductor's magnetic field, right after the given time of 0.700 milliseconds. So we use the formula big U sub B, which represents the magnetic field, or the energy in the magnetic field, equal to 1/2 the inductance capital L multiplied by the square of the instantaneous current, small letter I, right? That is, the energy big U sub B is equal to 1/2 multiplied by 3.7 raised to the negative 2 power Henry, and multiplied by the square of the instantaneous current, small letter I, 0.474 amperes. So when you do our math, we get this value. The energy stored or left in the magnetic field of the inductor, capital U sub B, equal to 4.16 times 10 to the negative 3 joules. also rounded to 3 significant figures. So take note, this energy is being dissipated not in the inductor, since the inductor is assumed to be an ideal coil with no internal resistance, but rather it is in the external resistor, big R, where the energy is dissipated as thermal energy. So that's it. We are done. Till the next episode. Mabuhay. MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.